Starting our question Q&A now. Who has a question? If you have a question, let me know. So Sent has a question. Sent, I'm gonna unmute you. So let me know your question.
Greetings from you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, let me introduce myself and just my situation here. My name is Samuel, and I'm a freelancer on Upwork, and I'm working on Slack projects and cloud architecture or something like that. And my situation here is there is a civil war here in Ethiopia, and there is a conflict. So we are just scared here. So one of my friends just 6 months ago, he tried to get a visitor visa through the conference to get into the Canada, and he just got that, and within a month he got the visa, and he just relocated to the Canada, and he told me like, I was saying to you, you should have to come here. Like, you don't have to just escape for your life and just enjoy your freedom. That's when I was. That's my turning point, just to look into the Canada. So I just go to the company that offer an invitation for him, a conference invitation. So I just applied and I just got my invitation before just 5 months ago, and I just applied into IRCC, so visitor visa, but I haven't got any reply from them. It's been like 5 months in the week now, but the conference has just expired. But people just told me like it's okay, you maybe get the visitor visa. So I mean. I don't know. I'm just frustrated. I don't know what to do.
Okay.
This is
So
what I want
Sent,
to
you
ask.
you're breaking up a lot. I cannot hear you properly, but I assume I understood your question. So I'm gonna answer you based on what I got out of you. So you applied to come to a conference, and it's been 5 weeks or for a while, and then you applied and you never heard back. So that's normal. Like when you apply to government, you don't hear back until there's a good news or bad news, or they need extra documents. Okay, so you don't have to wait. Like they're not gonna update you every day. So that's one thing. The second thing is that on the CIC website, you need to Google check processing time CIC. And based on the country that you applied from and the category of the visa, there is a processing time. And they usually meet their processing time to the end. So if the processing time says 2 months, you need to really wait by the end of 2 months. If you're lucky, if you hear earlier, but it really goes to the 2 months once you hear an update. If you don't hear an update by after the processing time they mention, then you need to put a web form. Again, Google web form CIC. It will take you to a web form page. You can submit a web form and explain, hey, this is, and usually give it another 2 weeks after the processing time. So if they say 2 months processing time and you don't hear in 2 months and 2 weeks after that, then put a web form and say, this is 2 weeks past the processing time, put a screenshot of the processing time it says on the website and say, I didn't. Then they will reply to you within 2 weeks. So yes, when it comes to immigration, they're not very quick. It's very hard to get an update from them. But if there is a processing time on the website, they usually meet that processing time, unless you got stuck in a background check or something. And if you got stuck in a background check, they will also tell you when you submit a web form, they tell you, hey, you got stuck in a background check. But usually for a conference, if usually the answer is positive, if you can prove it, if you put a complete application and you show that you are legitimate, working remotely, making money, all that, like put legitimate application, they give you visa. So it shouldn't. Did you already do your biometric?
I already do my biometrics. For Ethiopia, the processing time is 3 months, but my process time now is 5 months in the 2 weeks. So
Okay,
it
then
already passed 2 months.
put a web form. Your best bet is to put a web form. Just Google web form CIC and then it will take you to a page. It will ask about a few questions, some attachment description. So put that all in. They will reply to you within 2 weeks.
Okay. How about the conference is already expired, already ended? So does that affect my application process?
So you need to say you want to attend next year. So because usually they give you a visa for a few years until the expiry of your passport. So just make a web form and say I lost this year, so I'm making another application, like same application. Just mention that you want to attend the next year conference, update your invitation, and wait to get a visa for the next year.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you are a digital nomad, you can also you could have also applied for a digital nomad program. This is a newly introduced, so better than getting a work conference visa. If you can show that you're getting money online and you don't depend on a location to work, you can get a digital nomad visa. That is the best visa for you guys right now.
Okay, that's good. And my another question is, uh, is it easy just to convert the visa to the work permit after we just got there?
Not really, no. It's really hard actually. It is really hard and you need a job offer. So you either need to have a job offer or you need to use the C11 as I mentioned. You need to create a company. If you're a digital nomad, if you can get contract from other guys, like as you said on Upwork, so just turn it to a business. So you get a visitor visa, then you create a company in Canada, then you bring all the money to your company and you show that you have a company. Then you can be able to get a work permit through C10. That's a significant benefit. But just getting a work permit on your own, if you're not from a certain country like Juni's, because she's from Norway and Norway has a treaty with Canada, they can get work permit easy. But if you're not from those, a list of the list of countries is listed on visa form if you put international experience Canada. So if you're not from those countries, then it's really hard for you. So either you need to have a job offer from a company, another company that you can get work permit, or you need to have a significant benefit through a company that is active and have contract with other companies.
Okay, but one of my friends told me like you can arrive there and just tell them like you're scared to go back to your country. So because since there's a conflict in our country, maybe you can use this situation. He told me that I arrived to
Yeah,
Canada and
but that's a different category. That's refugee. If you want to use
yeah,
the situation in your country to become permanent resident in Canada, then you have to file a refugee claim once you're here. That is also possible. But you have to be here first.
yeah. That's why I'm using the visa first.
Yes, yes, you can do that too. Yeah. But that's a
Okay.
different category. That's refugee.
Which process is the fine? Which process is very fast? To get a work permit after there, or just to claim a refugee after arrive?
Well, it depends on your situation. Some people go with refugee. Some people like not all the refugee get accepted, but if accepted, you're lucky because it's an easy pass to permanent resident, and the government will pay you meanwhile. So and they give you residence as well. So it's very easy for a lot of people. It makes their life easier if they file a refugee and they get accepted, but not everybody get accepted. So it all depends. Yeah. That all I can say.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
No problem. No problem. So anybody else have any question before we adjourn this meeting? Okay, June says I have a question that I forgot. Okay, it's okay. If it come back, you can ask. If not, I think we covered most of the immigration programs today. Stay for another. Okay, she remembers. Okay, let me unmute you, June.
I'm a little tired because the time in Turkey is 11 in the evening right now. So it's like
okay,
a big time.
no worries.
But I was wondering if I'm leaving, for example, like after 4 or 5 months, say to Norway for home, when can I come back with the ETA?
So,
Is there any rules on that, or?
yeah, so once you leave, probably you need to get another ETA. So getting an ETA is not really hard. It's just that just one online application takes 10 minutes and you need to pay $7 each time. So there was no ETA. It's ETA maybe introduced 2 years. Before that, you didn't even need ETA. You would just travel and come here. But now, again, since you're from certain countries, you just get an ETA. And if each time you leave, you need to apply to a new ETA and come back. But make sure to leave Canada before 6 months, because if you stay after 6 months, then you need to apply to extend your residence, right? And you don't want to you never want to overstay. If you overstay after 6 months and you don't apply to extend your stay, then they probably don't give you ETA next time.
Okay, because I was looking online and some places it said that standard ETA was $55. So I don't know. Like, there was one website that said 55, but I don't.
That's the agency they charge. They charge you $55 as the agency. If you want to do it on your own, you just pay $7 on the government website and you do it on your own. So they charge
Okay,
extra
where
as their agency.
there's so many websites that like I don't even know what is real or fake anymore,
Yeah,
because
so
there's so many when I'm
the
looking
source
online.
the source of truth for anything immigration is the cic.gc.ca, guys. And if you wanna, that's a huge website. You probably don't find the things you want there. I put it in the chat as well, cic.gc.ca. So usually on Google, put ETA dash this website. Then it will find that ETA on the website and takes you there. So that's why you should always Google the things you want with the website you want. Then it will find you that specific topic in that website and show it to you.
Okay, and how do I apply for the where was it? International experience. Can I do that while I'm in Canada, or should I do that
Yes.
before I apply for my ETA?
It doesn't matter. The earlier is the better. So try to apply it as soon as possible.
Okay.
If you want to do it on like either you need to use an agency like ours to do it, pay extra money, or do it on your own. So if you want to do it on your own, you need to Google ETA again on this CICGC website, and you can see the instruction and all the application package that they require. You create an account, you upload your documentation, and you submit and wait.
Okay. Yeah, it says now it's like around 72 hours, so yeah, that's good. Because I'm planning on going around April maybe, because his school is starting 4th of March, so he has to go a little earlier than me. But because my visa in Turkey also ends 2nd of April, so I need to leave before that time.
No, ETA is good. Since you're Norwegian, it's fine for you. So you wouldn't be.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for the
No
answers.
problem.
That helped a little bit, because I've been looking for information for 3 months now, and I've been so confused about all the informations and everything that I haven't got any further with anything. So it's good to finally
I know
get
that's
some
why we
information.
created this community, because there's a lot of fake agencies out there. There's a lot of people abusing the system. So we created this so we can have everybody access legal information easier.
Yeah, because there's so many websites that require like money to get like lawyers answer and thing, and then they want you to pay this and that. So I never know which one to actually use.
Yeah,
But it's
usually
good now I
the
have some
government website,
information.
it's the best source of news, and anything else that you see elsewhere on the internet, it will come from the CIC website. That's the source of, that's the Bible.
Then I will look online and see what I can do. Thank you so much.
No problem. Take care.
Take care.
Okay. So any more questions? I think we are at time. We're also 10 minutes past 12. So Sen says, hey, Amir, can you send me the web form? Web form, just put this in Google. I'll type it here. Google web form CIC. Let me show you guys actually this one as well. That would probably help you. So here. This is, if you go to visa form, guys, are you seeing my screen? No. Let me share my screen quickly and then show you this. Okay, you see my screen. You go to visaform.ca, you put IEC. This is for June. This article is about IEC. You can read that. These are the countries. There's 36 countries. If you're from, you can get IEC. For the web form, you put webformcic.gc.ca. You Google that. So the second link you see. So guys, Canada.ca is the same as cic.gc.ca. Okay, these are the same. So the second link is Canada.ca. So you always want to make sure you land as either one of these websites. If there is any other website, it's probably not legitimate. So these two. So now you can see this is the IRCC web form. Okay, and here you can go to use the old version of our web form. You click there, update or ask about your application. What would you like to do? You want to probably check your application status here. So this is the form. You have to answer a few questions, and it will take you to the different stages until you submit. Okay, but the way to get here is that you Google what I showed you, then you pick different items here. It will take you to the form. You answer a few questions, and then you submit your form. That's the only way you can contact RCC guys. Okay. So hope you got your question answered. Abdi has a question. Abdi, I'll unmute you. Go ahead, Abdi. Abdi, did I unmute you? Yes, we can probably hear something. Oh, there's two Abdi accounts. You want to write your question, Abdi? This is the last question I'm taking.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much,
No problem.
Amir. My question is, I had applied for a visitor visa.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I got a refusal letter.
Mhm.
So I came across the program for express entry. I did a bachelor's degree in civil engineering, and according to the list that I saw, I'm in one of the kind of courses that they really need as a construction worker. So I applied. I sat for my IELTS exam, and also I sent my documentation to the World Education Services for credential assessment. So my question is, after I get my my IELTS, probably I'll get it a week from now. What is the process that I'll go through for the application
Yeah,
for
so
the express entry?
yeah, so again, you need to create a profile on the CIC website for the express entry, and then you need to input your information. Okay, as I mentioned, the first thing that you need, like before, you would have been able to create a profile just by saying I have an IELTS score like 7. Okay, now you need to make a proof of that. So now if you don't have your IELTS result, you cannot create a profile. So get that IELTS result, then follow the instructions. But usually, guys, you can follow the instructions on your own. That's why there are agencies. So if you cannot follow the instruction, you have to hire an agency like ours. But if you cannot follow, but if you can follow the instruction, it's very straightforward. I would recommend you guys do it on your own. So you go to the CIC website again, Google create express entry profile CIC website. It will take you there, like the same thing we did for web form. It will take you there. You create an account, you upload your results, a language result, then it will ask you about your education history. In some cases, you have to go to WES, World Education Center. you need to go there and for your bachelor or master, you need to equivalent it to Canadian system. But you don't need to do it right off the bat when you create your system now, you create your Express Entry. You just need your IELTS results to create your Express Entry. So if you get selected, then you need to go to WESN and get all those required documents. But for now, just create a profile, put your information there, put your IELTS score. Probably you need to attach the IELTS degree as well, like the certificate of IELTS. And you just, if you have a bachelor, mention it there. Work history, they will ask you how long you've been on this work, what is your background. So you need to put all of those information there in order to stay in the pool of Express Entry. It's not an application. Once you put your information, you haven't applied yet. It's just you go to the software. If you get selected, they will email you. Okay? They will email you. Then once they email you, they will ask you the required documents that you need to prepare and send. Okay?
Okay. Also, I wanted to ask, with regards to my previous application for visitor visa, will that affect the Express Entry application in any way?
Not really, no. It doesn't affect your Express Entry at all, because Express Entry is just a system, okay? You get points. If you get selected for a point, like based on your points, then you'll get invited to apply to Express Entry. It doesn't have, like, you have a record in the system. Officer can see that you've been rejected, and it's important what was the reason of that rejection. If you, for example, if you lied and now they rejected you based on misrepresentation, then yeah, that's not really good on your history. But if they just rejected because they didn't feel like that you meet the requirements and your application is not against what you're saying in your Express Entry profile and everything matches, then it's fine.
The reason they gave me for the refusal was my family ties were not strong.
That's fine. Just make sure that whatever you put in your Express Entry does not contradict whatever you put on your visitor visa application, because your information stays there and it's an integrated system. They have access to all of your information at once.
Okay. Now, if I want to use your agency for the application purpose, how do I go about it?
Yeah, so guys, another question I see here is that can I get your agency contact? So our agency, guys, is Kaj Immigration, okay? Kaj Immigration Inc., which is another brand, which is a umbrella brand of visaform, okay? Visaform is our education company. Kaj Immigration is our agency, okay? So if you want to work with our agency, you just need to email us at info@kajimmigration.com, okay? Or just contact me directly, amir@kajimmigration.com.
Okay. Thank you so much. So, Amir, my
No
last
problem.
question is with regards to the startup visa. There's a relative of mine who wants to use that as a route for her immigration.
Right?
So normally, and she wants to come with her children as well.
Okay.
So now, what is the best option that she can use?
If they want to use the startup visa, there's two first requirements they need to have. They need to have a team of people, like 3 to 4 people to 5 people. They need to have a team that they are similar backgrounds. So let's say they're all of them are engineer in business, or all of them are doctors. You know, they have to have a team, and they need to have an idea, or that idea already needs to be created a product that sells. MVP. We call it MVP product. If they don't have it, it's really hard. And there are like the different way is that there are some agencies who put people together. So let's say somebody comes here and say, hey, I have no idea, I have no MVP, what can I do? There are agencies, they charge people from anything from $50,000 to $100,000, and they pair them up with other people. Like they collect 4 people, they collect 100,000 of each, they create a business for them, okay? I do
Okay.
not recommend that fully because that's first very expensive and the rejection rate is really high because officers can tell right away that this is a made up startup. Okay, we don't want made up startups.
Okay.
So if they really have a idea and a product that they already, let's say they have a online store, they have a Shopify store, they have a business, online business. So that's a good business for a startup.
Okay. Can a medical officer use express entry to come to Canada?
Sorry?
Can a medical officer, a person who has done a bachelor of clinical surgery?
Anybody can go to the express entry pool as long as you get the enough points to be in the pool and get selected. So you only know until you go through the application and go to the steps, because I cannot advise individual. Like I have to look at your IELTS, I have to look at your field of study, you have to look at field of work, every one of them, age, your ties together, every one of them give you a point. So you would only know if you go through the process.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you so much, Amir.
No
Thank you
problem.
so much. I really appreciate.
No problem.
Okay.
So guys, thank you for joining us. These courses and Q&As will be separately into the classroom. We will place into classroom in our community. So if you're not a member of community, make sure to join. And if you're in the community, you can just go to the classroom section, access this. There'll be a lot more information coming and staying there. Thank you so much for the time and look forward to work with you in the future. Take care. Bye.